Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to my channel. Today, in this video, we are going to learn the class 10 English chapter, The Girl Who Was Annie Frank's Question and Answer. And this will be question and answers part 1 in this video, and the rest will be seen in the next video. And the explanation of this chapter has been already uploaded in the channel, and the video link will be shared in the description box for your convenience. So let's quickly move on to the question answers. But before that, students, if you're viewing my video for the first time, do subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get the notifications of all the upcoming videos. Do watch the video till end, and if you like it, do hit the like button and share with your friends. Let's move on to the question answers. It's comprehension questions from your textbook. Answer briefly the following questions. First question: why does the professor say, I have read Anne Frank's diary? Okay. Answer is, the professor said that he had read Anne Frank's diary when an argumentative young student asked him how he knew that the human race was worth saving. So the professor said this line, this phrase, that I have read Anne Frank's diary on the count when an argumentative student of him, he just asked that how did he knew, the professor knew that the human race was worth saving. It's valuable to save humanity, human race. So at that time he said this sentence. Okay. Second question, what does his statement imply? So, what is the statement implying? What does it mean? Answer: his statement implies that how this diary of a teenage girl came to be written and was worth saving. In the same way, it seems obvious that human race is also worth saving. So this statement implies or gives the meaning in the similar manner how this diary of a teenage girl, a small young girl who had written, and which was worth saving because it became so famous and it revealed so much, so many facts, and it has worth, it has something very worthwhile. So in the same way, it seems that it's very obvious that even a human race, when it is saved, it's worth it. So it's valuable to save even the smallest thing. What? So this is what the statement says. Moving on to the next question. What was Anne's father? Answer: Anne's father, Otto Frank, was a banker living in Germany. So he worked in a bank and he lived in Germany during those days. Fourth question. Give any one example to prove the popularity of Anne Frank's diary. So we have read the lesson and we have to give an example from it where we can prove that yes, Anne Frank's diary was very popular. So answer is, Diary of Anne Frank had been published in 19 languages including German and had sold nearly 2 million copies. It was made into play and won Pulitzer Prize. In London, it ran for nearly 6 months at the Phoenix Theatre. Okay, so this Diary of Anne Frank, it was published in 19 languages, also in German language, and it had sold nearly 2 million copies. Okay, and then it was converted into a play, and this play won Pulitzer Prize. So Pulitzer Prize is a prize given for in the field of literature or drama. Okay, so it won this Pulitzer Prize, and in London alone it ran nearly for 6 months at Phoenix Theatre. So this, by this we can prove that yes, there was popularity about the Anne Frank's diary. It was very popular. Okay, moving on to the next one. Name the members of Otto Frank's family. Answer: the family members of Mr. Otto Frank were his wife, Mrs. Frank, and his two daughters, Margot and Annie. His mother was alive, but she had emigrated to Switzerland long before. So we have read all these characters, all these members in the lesson, and there was Otto Frank's mother. She was alive. She was very old, but she had emigrated to Switzerland long before. Okay. Next, what impression did people have about Annie? Means what did they think about Annie? How was she? So answer: most people had the impression that Margot, Annie's elder sister, was more promising, and Annie was not particularly a brilliant student. So people felt that Margot, the Annie's elder sister, she was more promising, more brilliant, and more active than Annie. Annie was not particularly a very brilliant student. So this was the impression or the thought which was there in the people's mind about Annie. Okay, moving on to the next one. Why did Otto Frank decide to migrate to Netherlands? Give two reasons. So why did he decided to go to Netherlands? Answer. Otto Frank decided to migrate to Netherlands in the autumn of 1933 because Hitler began issuing anti-Jewish decrees one after another, and because Netherlands was hospitable enough for him to start a small firm. So this was the reason to Frank, he decided that he would be shifting to Netherlands or migrating to Netherlands in the year 1933 because Hitler at that time was in power and he started issuing the anti-Jewish decrees, the orders, the laws, one after the other, which was against the Jewish. They were not allowed to stay there, and because Netherlands was an hospitable city at that time, so he decided to start a small firm in the Netherlands. So he decided to migrate. Okay, moving on to the next one. Who was Mr. Vandan? Vandan was a Jew and a fellow refugee. Shortly before the outbreak of war, Mr. Frank took him as a partner in his trading firm. So Vandan, he was also a Jew and he was a fellow refugee. Means he was along with Otto Frank's family, and he had become a partner in trading firm of Otto Frank before the outbreak of the war. They had joined hands. They had been in partnership in starting their trading firm. So this is how you can write an answer. Next one. What qualities of Mr. Frank did his staff admire? Answer. Mr. Frank's staff admired him for his warm personality. They admired his courage and the evident care he took to give his two girls a good education. So here Mr. Franks had many quality. He had many quality, but the staff particularly admired for his warm personality. So the way he treated others, the kind-heartedness he had, and they also admired the courage and the evident care he took to give his two girls a good education. Like he wanted to give good education to both of his girls, and for that he took almost all the care he could give, he was giving there. So these were the things or the qualities to which the staff admired. Okay, moving to next question. Paragraph 9 refers to a lucky fact. What was that lucky fact? So we come across the word lucky fact or something which was lucky for Otto Frank's family. So what was it? Answer. The lucky fact was that the Franks lived in a town surrounded by friends and the girls led a happy life. This was lucky because the Frank family could only rarely afford a holiday and they did not even own a car. So here, the lucky thing for the Franks family was that they lived in a town where they were surrounded by a number of friends, and the girls led the happy life there. They enjoyed being with the friends and being in friend circle. And this was lucky for them because they could hardly afford any holidays. They could not go to any vacation or trips, and they even did not own a car to go for a trip. So that's why they were lucky enough to be circled and surrounded by the friends where the girls lived a happy life. Okay, so moving on to the next one. What finally forced Frank to go into hiding? Okay, so that means what was the reason, like what forced Frank to go and hide themselves with the family? So answer is Otto Frank was forced into hiding when summons were issued to Margot for deportation. Okay, so he was forced to go and hide himself and his family when the summons were issued, when the orders were issued to Margot for deportation. Now, deportation is to remove someone from the other country when they are considered as a foreigner or an alien. So for that purpose, Margaret was got had got a call. She was warned, and she was set to be deported from that city. So that was the purpose, and that forced Otto Frank's family to go into hiding. Okay. Next question: where did Otto Frank and others hide themselves in? So answer is he decided to hide in his own business office, which faced one of Amsterdam's tree-lined canals. Okay, so they decided to hide in their own business office, and that office was facing towards Amsterdam's tree-lined canals. In Amsterdam, you have canals on which the boats are moving, and there are trees either side of the canals. Okay, so that the this business office and this annex, the room where they were hiding themselves, was facing towards tree-lined canals. Now, next question: in all, how many people managed to hide in the annex? Who were they? Answer: in all, 8 people hid in the annex. They were Mr. Otto Frank, his wife, and his 2 daughters, the 3 members of Vandan family, and a Jewish dentist. So there were so many 8 people total who were hiding themselves in the annex. Okay. Next question. What helped the hiding party to establish contact with the outside world? Okay, that means what was the like who helped them to have a contact with the outside world, like what is going on and other interactions? How did they do that when they were hiding themselves? Answer is a tenuous link with the outside world was provided by the radio and by 4 courageous members of Otto Frank's staff. Two, were, 2 of them were typists who in secret bought food, magazines, and books. So a genius link means very rare link, or very you can say few or very little link with the outside world was provided by the radio. And there were 4 courageous members of Otto Frank's staff. They were his employees, and among them 2 were typists. So these people, they helped secretly. They bought the food, magazines, and books from outside, and the message they used to pass or give about the outside world to the Otto Frank's family, who were hiding in the annex. Okay, so moving on to the next question: what did Annie Frank record in her diary? Answer: Annie Frank recorded her life in the annex with all its inevitable tensions and quarrels in a diary which her parents had given her on her 13th birthday. She created a wonderful and a delicate record of adolescence with complete honesty of a young girl's thoughts and feelings. So here, what did actually Anne Frank write in her diary? What did she record? So she recorded her life. How did she had her life in the annex, in that small room where they were hiding, and there were inevitable, unstoppable, or unavoidable tensions and quarrels there. And she noted down everything in the diary. And this diary was given to her by her parents on her 13th birthday. Okay, and then she created a wonderful and delicate record of adolescence with complete honesty. Means she was at the age of adolescence, and she had recorded very nicely, honestly, whatever she felt and thought, whatever feelings she had, how lonely she felt, the kind of situation she was going through, everything very honestly she had recorded in this diary. Okay, so in this manner you can write the question and answers. So we'll stop here for the day in this video, and here we end with the part 1 of this question answers. And if you found this video as informative, do hit the like button and also share with your friends. We'll be back soon with the second part of this question answer session. Till then, stay safe, be happy. Thank you.